Hey, what's up everybody, how's it going? It's Berk, aka Dansgate here, and I wanted to sit down and chat to you guys about Final Fantasy 15 and what's going to happen with its release on the channel. So before I go in and kind of explain it in a more long form about what's happened and the whole build up to Final Fantasy 15, I'll do like a quick summary for any of you guys that just want to listen to this and get out just to know what's going to happen. There's basically about a 10% chance that I'll manage to upload Final Fantasy 15 on release day, and there's a 90% chance that I'll be uploading it about 2 or 3 weeks after release. So in terms of the content that I will be uploading for Final Fantasy 15, that's not going to change, but the timetable is going to be different to what I'd hoped. So for you guys that might be not a problem, because you'd want to play the game yourself a bit, make a lot of progress, or even complete the game before you start watching me. So that's kind of cool for you guys, that's not bad news anyway. But if you really were looking forward to seeing it on release day or as soon as possible, then I'm afraid you guys are going to have to wait. So yeah, that's kind of the main gist of what I'm going to explain, but I thought I'd kind of explain it in a more long form just so you guys know what my plans and hopes were for Final Fantasy 15. Basically, what I wanted from this series was to kind of use my Final Fantasy credentials. I've started to become a bit of a go-to Final Fantasy channel on YouTube, especially with Final Fantasy X. That created a whole new wave of subscribers and followers for the channel. And part 1 of Final Fantasy X has like 250,000 odd views now, and that's like a 133 part series. So that's a very, very strong series. And what I wanted to do was to get an early copy of the game and to hopefully convince Square Enix that I'm the right person to have an early copy given to, so that I can help them, you know, promote the game and get people to see Final Fantasy 15. So to do this, there's a few ways to do this, but the main way, the most legit way, is to use your network. If you're a YouTube partner, your network is usually the one that helps you to get these games. So I was in contact with my manager, because I'm such a high-flying YouTube sensation that I have a manager. I'm joking. A lot of these guys have managers anyway. It's a lot more impressive than it sounds, but they try to help you with a few things. And I told him the situation. I said, look, we need to get this copy from Square Enix, because I feel like I'm the right person to give it to, rather than, you know, don't just give it to a YouTuber because they're big. Give it to a YouTuber because they can show the game in the right way. And I feel like I'm someone that has a better chance of doing that than some of the other bigger channels out there. So we went for it. We tried our luck with Square Enix, but it failed. They said to us that you need to be a, in inverted commas, tier 1 media outlet, like an IGN or a GameSpot or something like that. So they wouldn't give it to a partner my size. So that door closed on me. So that was one of the most legit ways. I decided to try and do some research. Basically, I have a few contacts in the gaming industry in Turkey, and one of them is the editor of one of Turkey's biggest gaming magazine. And I sent him a message. I said, how the hell do you guys get early copies? I mean, because in Turkey it's a little bit more difficult in general, because not every game is promoted as much in this country. And he said that we have a contact at Square Enix who's like responsible for the Turkish distribution, and this is her email. So I dropped her an email, explained my situation, and she was kind enough to say, yeah, that's cool. I mean, if I do get an early promo copy, I will send it your way. But as of now, it's the 24th of November, and I haven't heard a word. I feel like it's unlikely. She'll probably only get a copy on release day and send me that, and that doesn't really help me too much anyway, for reasons I've previously explained. So that's why I said there's a 10% chance. Maybe today or tomorrow, if she was to email me and say, hey, I've got a promo copy through, I'm sending you away, or here's the code, then I'm in business. Then I'll be able to get it in before release. But yeah, if that doesn't work out, which is a high probability, then we're not going to be able to make release. And as for why, I'm going to explain a little bit later on. But finally, today I got really pissed off because I was checking out, just kind of browsing the web, and I saw that people had already posted like the end of the game, and I'm thinking, surely this game takes at least a good 30-40 hours to complete. So people have had this game for over maybe 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks before release, and these are obviously not kind of tier 1 media outlets, they're just random people. And I did a little bit of research, and apparently it's a classic case of leaked copies. I think I heard that they were around in Peru and in Saudi Arabia. People were getting copies of the game like well before street date, and it always just blows my mind. It's like, why would you send copies of a game to a store like 2 weeks early, what is the point? Just send it to them like 3 days before release. I mean, the 3-day embargo break isn't life or death, but come on, man. There's still a week till the game comes out. It's just ridiculous. But I don't know. I mean, Square Enix, they love to clamp down on content ID. If you follow my channel for a long time, you'll know I always used to wrestle with Square Enix's content ID. But I don't know how hard they're clamping down on these early videos because I'm too scared to search for them. But surely they should have put a system in place that completely stops any of these videos from surfacing on YouTube anyway. But I don't know how well it's been implemented. But either way, it's bad for the scene. You know, usually, because these guys are just rushing out videos just for the sake of it, it tends to be lower quality content. It's very small channels trying to punch above their weight. So, you know, it's the veteran YouTubers, the guys that put in a bit more effort, that want to do a better job, they have to kind of wait while these guys kind of crunch out all of these videos. So it's a little bit annoying in that sense, but that's the game, man. That's how it works for YouTubers. It doesn't affect you guys as viewers. I mean, you can choose not to watch them, but a lot of people do choose to watch them, and that eats away at the views of the people that try to do this a bit more professionally. But what can you do? I mean, I tried everything. I mean, I even went down to a local gaming store just to ask if they even have them in stock, just to see. And the guy looked at the stock list. He hadn't even heard of Final Fantasy 15. I mean, that's the situation in Turkey. People don't even know about Final Fantasy 15. But he looked at the stock list and it hasn't even appeared there. He's like, yeah, whenever the release date is, that's probably when we'll have it. So at the moment, I don't think there's a single person in Turkey that has a copy of the game right now. So there really isn't anything that I can do at this stage. So right now you're probably thinking, well, it sounds like you're going to get a copy on release day. Why not just start uploading on release day? Well, basically during this time frame, it was kind of clear from last month, but the dates hadn't been solidified yet. For those of you guys that don't know, that maybe might be a little bit newer to my channel and to me, YouTube is something that I do part-time. It's kind of my secondary job. My primary job is to be a director/filmmaker, and I'm actually directing a TV show that's going to be aired on like the Turkish national TV channel. It's like shot in English and stuff. It's quite a cool project, and for this project we're going to go to America to do some filming, which for me as a personal thing is amazing. I've never been to America before, so I'm very excited. We're going to be going to like California, Phoenix, Arizona, Boston, San Francisco. It's going to be hectic. I don't know how much chance I'm going to get to see these cities because we're going to be like filming and working non-stop, but it might be a once in a lifetime thing. I don't know. I mean, in 25 years I've never been, so yeah, I'm very pumped about the fact that I get to go to America. But the way I'd planned this whole thing was that I'd somehow get an early copy. I'd kind of upload like the first stint of the game, maybe like the first, I don't know, 6 hours of the game, do my filming in America, and then come back and crunch out the rest of the videos, having built up a nice bit of momentum with the initial videos. But as I've explained, that isn't going to be the case most likely because that early copy just didn't come. So the dates of this trip are from the 28th of November till like about the 11th or the 12th of December. So that means that the game comes out on the 29th, so I'm not even going to be in the country for release date. So there's absolutely no way I can upload it. It's either an early copy or nothing, and it's going to be nothing by the looks of it. So the best I can do is to come back on like the 11th or the 12th or whenever that is, and to try to catch up with everyone else after that. So it's going to be very difficult because, I mean, even if I did release on release date, as I've mentioned, people have been bombarding videos all over the place anyway. It was already going to likely, you know, if I was to get, let's say, I don't know, 100,000 views for an early copy, it might have been 30,000 for release day. Now it will probably be like 5,000 to 10,000 because I'm uploading so much later. Again, this doesn't affect you guys as viewers, but for me it's kind of important because I feel like, especially with Final Fantasy, I mean, I wouldn't be like this for any other game. I don't really care too much, but I mean, a lot of people have always said that I do a good job on these Final Fantasy games, and I'd always like to at least have a fair shot at getting my videos out alongside everyone else and not get completely swamped by all of the big channels and all of the embargo breakers. But it looks like that's what's going to happen. Maybe, you never know, because some of my other Final Fantasy stuff is popular. The kind of the cross traffic between those videos and those series might help my own series to kind of improve and to get it to where I want to be. But it's still a shame. I mean, it's going to punch well below its weight, which is frustrating because, again, it's no fault of my own. It's outside of my control, but I just have to live with the consequences. So yeah, there's not much I can do. So yeah, there's a 90 to 95% chance that I'm not going to be able to start the Final Fantasy series until the second week of December. And that is the gist of it. There's not too much I can do about it. I mean, provided that I don't get any immediate work afterwards, I should be able to just pump out a lot of videos after that time. Both the movie version and the commentary version I'll be doing simultaneously, just trying to make as much progress as I can. But if other work gets in the way, I'll have no choice. But I'm hoping that Final Fantasy 15 should come first once I come back, because if it was any other game I wouldn't care too much, but Final Fantasy 15 is special to me because not only does it have a lot of personal hype for me, I mean I've been waiting for this game for 10 years, but it's a game that I know a lot of people that follow the channel want to see. And considering the content, the kind of content that I put out on this channel, you know, a good Final Fantasy 15 series would have been a nice, you know, way to round off the year for me, to be honest. But we'll have to see. Maybe things will turn out better than expected for me, but just gonna have to take it as it comes and just upload my content and just see where it takes me. So yeah, so that is the story of what's going to happen with Final Fantasy 15. I will see you guys most likely in the second week of December. I'm not going to be able to upload anything before that. And once we get started, hopefully you guys will give me your full support and help me to get the series up to scratch, along with all of the other YouTubers out there. And we'll see how it goes. My primary concern at this stage, because now that I know that I'm not going to get the early release and all that kind of stuff, is just that the game is going to be fantastic. I'm going to have a great time playing it, and you guys are going to enjoy watching it. So that is the goal, to make the best Final Fantasy 15 series that I can at this stage. It'll be a blind playthrough, so you know, the best blind playthrough that I can anyway, because blind playthrough is never going to be great, but at the end of the day, I don't have time to play the game from start to finish and then start all over again, having kind of learned the game a little better. But you guys are used to that from Final Fantasy 9 and that kind of stuff anyway. So I will see you guys then. Thank you guys for joining me for this one. I hope you're not too sad about the delayed release, but there is nothing I can do. Thanks for watching. Take care.